From failed comebacks to getting caught cheating, these are the 5 fastest 100-meter sprinters in history, and what happened to them? Number 5, Asafa Powell, was the first Jamaican sprint superstar. He was 6'3", smooth, and looked almost lazy when he ran because he made it look so easy. But his career became one of the strangest stories in track and field because he could not win when it mattered most. His first World Championships in 2003 ended before it even started. He got caught up in a false start mess in the quarterfinals, along with American sprinter John Drummond, and was disqualified. He was still unknown at the time, and it was a rough way to be introduced to the sport's biggest stage. Then came 2004. Powell broke into the sub-10-second club and beat some of the best sprinters alive. Jamaica finally had a serious contender. At the Athens Olympics, he looked ready. But in the final, his rhythm disappeared, and he finished 5th. 2 weeks later, he ran one of the fastest times of the year. That became the pattern of his career. He was brilliant everywhere, except the one race everyone was watching. In 2005, he set the world record at 9.77 seconds. He kept breaking his own record and running fast times over and over. He became known as the sub-10 king, with more sub-10 second runs than anyone in history. But at the 2007 World Championships, when the pressure was highest, he panicked and finished 3rd. Less than 2 weeks later, with no pressure at all, he ran a new world record. Usain Bolt then took over the sport, and Powell's window for an individual world title closed. He got injured at the 2012 Olympics. In 2013, he was suspended for 18 months after testing positive for a banned substance. He said it came from a contaminated supplement. Powell never won an individual world or Olympic title, but he did win Olympic gold in the 4x100 relay in 2016. He retired in 2022 on his 40th birthday. He never got the individual title he wanted, but he opened the door for the generation of Jamaican sprinters who came after him. Number 4, while Powell struggled on the big stage, an American sprinter was proving he had no problem winning under pressure, at least at first. Tyson Gay's breakout came in 2007. At the World Championships in Osaka, he won gold in the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and the relay. Only a few sprinters in history had ever done that at one championship, but his story is full of bad timing. In 2008, right before the Beijing Olympics, he pulled a hamstring at the US trials. He still made the team, but he was never fully healthy, and he finished 5th in the semifinals in Beijing. Then 2009 arrived, and Gay had the best season of his career. At the World Championships in Berlin, he ran 9.71 seconds, an American record. It still wasn't enough because Usain Bolt ran 9.58 seconds that same night and broke the world record. Weeks later, Gay ran 9.69 seconds, tying what had recently been Bolt's own world record. He became the second fastest man ever. By 2012, the London Olympics felt like his last real shot at an individual medal. The field was stacked with Jamaican sprinters and fellow American Justin Gatlin. Gay ran 9.80 seconds in the final, a time that would have won gold in most other years. In London, it was only good enough for 4th place. He did help the US win silver in the relay. Then in 2013, Gay tested positive for a banned substance. It changed how people saw everything he had done before it. In 2016, Gay's 15-year-old daughter, Trinity, was shot and killed in Kentucky. She was caught in gunfire between 2 vehicles in a parking lot. It was a tragedy that had nothing to do with track and field, and it reminded people that behind every race, there is a real family. Gay retired from competition in 2021. He now coaches other athletes and runs an online training platform. Number 3, no sprinter's career had more twists than Justin Gatlin's. Gatlin won Olympic gold in the 100 meters at the 2004 Athens Games as a 22-year-old. The next year, he won gold in both the 100 and 200 meters at the World Championships. By 2006, he tied Asafa Powell's world record of 9.77 seconds. He looked like the future of the sport. Then everything fell apart. Later that year, Gatlin tested positive for testosterone and received a 4-year ban. His results were erased, and his reputation was damaged. For most athletes, that would be the end of the story. Gatlin came back in 2010. It was not easy. He struggled to break 10 seconds again. In 2011, a cryotherapy treatment injured his feet, and he failed to make the final at the World Championships that year. It looked like his best days were gone for good. But by 2012, he started climbing back. He won bronze at the London Olympics behind Bolt. Then in 2014, without any major championship that year, he quietly ran 7 of the 10 fastest times in the world. In 2015, at age 33, he ran a personal best of 9.74 seconds, making him the fastest man over 30 in history. Crowds often booed him because of his doping past, especially when he raced against the popular Bolt. But in 2017, at the World Championships in London, 35-year-old Gatlin beat Bolt and won the 100-meter world title. 12 years after his first one, he became the oldest sprinter ever to win a world title in the event. Gatlin kept competing into his late 30s before retiring in 2022, also on his 40th birthday. He now works in sports technology and coaches athletes on mental performance. Number 2. The sprinter many thought would take over from Bolt was his own training partner. Yohan Blake earned the nickname The Beast for his intense training. In 2011, at just 21 years old, he became the youngest world 100-meter champion in history. That same year, he ran 26 seconds in the 200 meters, the second fastest time ever recorded. In 2012, at the Jamaican Olympic Trials, Blake shocked everyone by beating Bolt in both the 100 and 200 meters. For a moment, it looked like the throne was about to change hands. At the London Olympics, Blake could not repeat the sweep, finishing with silver in both events behind Bolt. Later that year, he ran 9.69 seconds, tying Tyson Gay as the second fastest man in history. Then injuries took over. Blake suffered multiple hamstring tears in 2013 and 2014, one bad enough to need surgery and end his entire 2014 season. He never fully got back the explosive speed that had made him so dangerous. He still made Jamaica's Olympic teams in 2016 and 2021 and won relay gold both times. But the individual titles never came back. Blake tried to qualify for the 2024 Olympics, but finished 5th at the Jamaican trials and missed out. He has not officially retired, but his dominant years are long behind him. He will always be remembered as the second fastest man in history. Number 1 Usain Bolt won the 100 and 200 meter gold medal at 3 straight Olympics, something no one else has done. Across his career, he won 8 Olympic gold medals and 11 world titles. In 2009, he set records that still stand. He ran 9.58 seconds in the 100 meters and 19.19 seconds in the 200 meters. Those times were so far ahead of everyone else that more than a decade later, no one has come close. What made Bolt different was not just his speed. It was how long he stayed on top, even as injuries piled up and rivals got faster. His final season came in 2017. He had dealt with injuries and personal loss, and he was not at his physical best. At the World Championships in London, he was beaten in the 100-meter final for the first time on the sport's biggest stage, finishing 3rd behind Justin Gatlin. Then, in his very last race, the 4x100 relay, his hamstring gave out, and he collapsed on the track. Even so, he left the sport as the world record holder and the most decorated male sprinter in history. After retiring, he briefly tried professional football, training with an Australian club in 2018 before moving into business. 5 sprinters, 5 completely different stories. Some were stopped by nerves. Some were stopped by injuries.